Public Affairs programming on WQPT is brought to you by the Singh Group at Merrill Lynch, serving the wealth management needs of clients in the region for over 25 years.
The state of our university. We're on the Western Illinois Quad City campus, and we're taking a look at the future of higher education on the cities. Welcome to Western Illinois University's Quad Cities campus. It is here where we're talking about the future of education, and the president of Western talking about exactly that and how they're going to expand this university in ways never thought of 25 years ago. So let's start with our interview when we sat down with Dr. Jack Thomas, the president of Western Illinois University, and Dr. Joe Reeves, the vice president of planning and the Quad Cities campus.
It's this time of year when you hear the state of the state. You hear the state of cities, and now the state of the university. Usually they say, oh, the state of the state is good. What is the state of the university right now after 2-3 years of real infighting with the Illinois legislature?
Well, what we're trying to do now is to move forward and move beyond the budget impasse, and when we didn't get a budget, and as you know, we did get a budget this past July, and we're trying to stabilize our enrollment. We're trying to implement specific kinds of programs that will help to grow our enrollment and just to basically help move the institution forward.
Growing enrollment has to be a major priority for you because we've been noticing it's been falling every year. It's down more than 2,000, I think 2,200 students in just 10 years. I mean, is that something that can be stopped? And if so, what do you do?
Well, as you know, Illinois is the second largest exporter or migration of students out of our state, and then the dwindling number of high school students who are graduating, and we're all scrambling for those same students. And then the budget impasse did not help us in higher education because it created a crisis of confidence in our state. Therefore, all of our colleges and universities, most of us, we've had decreases in our enrollment. So now that we see that we did get a budget after 2.5 years or so, that we hope that we will continue to get funding for the next academic year so that individuals can see that the legislators and the governor and others, that they are investing in higher education, which will help us tremendously.
Well, Dr. Reeves, you're vice president of the Quad Cities and of planning for the university. I mean, has this been the bright spot, the Quad City campus, or are we seeing the same problems that we're seeing statewide, if not university-wide?
It's a statewide phenomenon that enrollment's down, but as Dr. Thomas just said, we're on the curve up. And we had a press conference earlier in the week to announce some major new innovations, and that coupled with Western being a strong student-centered institution and the tremendous community support puts us on the pathway to growth.
What is the key to the Quad City campus? I mean, it started as a gift, you might say, from Deere & Company to really underline mechanical engineering and engineering programs. Right. It's really trying to meet that goal and trying to create employees for the 21st century right now.
Absolutely, and the strength of the Quad Cities is the strength of Western, and it's its people and its student-centered approach and responsiveness to the community.
So you're unveiling major initiatives right now. What do you hope that happens? I mean, what do you hope to accomplish in the short term as well as the long term?
Well, we instituted in 2016 the President's Executive Institute, and then because of the challenges that we had with the state in terms of the budget impasse, we came up with a strategic plan supplement in order to deal with the times in which we're living right now. And in that, the President's Executive Institute, we're doing more in terms of reaching out to the community. Joe Reeves and others, along with myself, we've gone to we've held various summits throughout the West Central Illinois region, where we had the Mayor's Summit, we had the principals and superintendents, as well as the high school guidance counselors and economic development, because as a regional public institution, we serve the people, and we want to know the needs and then how we can better partner with those that we are here around with. And for example, when we started engineering here in the Quad Cities, that was a call by the community that there's a need. John Deere said that there was a need here, and we want to make sure that we're listening to the citizens here in the Quad Cities as well as in Macomb, and providing those unique academic programs. For example, now we're going online with a number of key academic programs that we will be starting this fall, 2018, and we want to make sure that that's going to help us in terms of reaching another population of students who, most of them who are already into their careers and have families, and therefore they can complete their degrees online. Well, so we want to do more of that.
And that gets me to my other area of questioning, and that would be that you see the big box stores all having problems because Amazon's doing so well, and some of the online retailers are doing so well. Is that kind of the future of higher education as well? Is that you don't need the big box campuses, so to speak, because so much of it is going online?
Well, I don't want to say that per se, but you have to have a certain number of online programs, because we want to make sure that as a public institution, we provide access, and to make sure that we are affordable in terms of being affordable. But we want to make sure that we provide access to a great number of students. And this is another way of reaching those students whom we may not reach, and to provide a public education for those students. For example, here in the Quad Cities, we are the only public institution in the Quad Cities in this area. So we want to make sure that we provide an education where those students we can make it more affordable, but also to provide access for those individuals who may not normally get an education or have the opportunity and can afford an education. So that's what we're doing in terms of reaching out with these specific academic programs.
And to be honest, Dr. Reeves, the Quad City campus is really catering in many ways to the non-traditional student, whether it is a person who's 18 but also has a part-time job, right, or if it's somebody who's getting back into a college education in their 30s, 40s onward.
Right. 85% of our students work more than 20 hours a week. And so national data says 30% of students take at least one online class each semester. And so it's even more prevalent here on the Quad Cities campus. So the expansion of online is a way to accommodate students' work schedule balanced with their school schedule.
And let's be honest, when you're talking about added online, it almost kind of underlines the ongoing attempts by Western Illinois University and other areas of higher education to create these collaborations, either with other campuses or with other organizations, or as you're saying, online more so.
Absolutely. I was just at Kishwaukee Community College in Rockford, and we signed an agreement that they're going to host our programs, our online programs, as well as the honors program is going to have an articulation agreement. So everything we're talking about today is aligned with Q 2030 as we recruit and retain people into and staying in our region.
In addition to that, we are also extending our Centennial Honors Program to the Quad Cities. We have a great number of high-achieving students, and we have increased our Centennial Honors College to about a little around 1,000 students now, and that is huge for us. So we are getting more of the high-achieving students, which has helped us in terms of enhancing our overall academic profile in terms of high ACT scores as well as grade point averages.
I think it was interesting that you did cancel some courses, at least for majors, I should say, last year. Some traditional ones too. And yet you're finding new areas to reach the students for their higher education.
It's very important because you want to make sure you're offering those cutting-edge kinds of academic programs that are in high demand, as well as when you have those programs that are not as in demand, where we had to, during those budget crises where we had to cut, but we still have those minors. Most of the students actually minored in those programs, so and didn't have as many majors, so we had to make those reductions, but also we still found a way where we can combine departments and programs to still make that same kind of offer to those students, just in a different kind of way of the way we package those classes. So they're still offered to the students, because we do need that experience in terms of the general education as well as the liberal arts. at our institution. So we're very well aware of that. But also we do feasibility studies to look at those areas where we can have a great impact on the area and the community, and providing those kinds of cutting-edge programs that students want.
Because, Dr. Reeves, I mean, you can get only so much from online. There's also the college experience that you don't want to ignore.
Well, absolutely, and online is just one of the many ways to access Western Illinois University, since we value opportunity, and we have a full array of programs on the Quad Cities campus, just as we do in Macomb. And most recently, one exciting thing, the Moline Foundation gave us $100,000 for high school dual enrollment. There is no agriculture program in the Quad Cities, so students can start and then they can either transfer to the Macomb campus, or some might want to stay at Blackhawk and go to Kewanee. So that's fully on ground. We've got mechanical engineering's a new program as well. So when you talk about the Quad Cities being a very diverse campus, it truly is. We have a wide array of programs for a wide array of students.
And when you're talking about a wide array of students, I know you're also very proud of what's gone on as far as targeting veterans and making sure that they get a higher education and every opportunity available.
Absolutely. Our Board of Trustees recently established a federal tuition assistance rate for active duty military. So we have a long-standing history at Western Illinois University of serving the military, and now we will branch out into serving active duty students. And with the Rock Island Arsenal right here in our backyard and great working relationships we have, it's the pathway to success.
And that's also one reason we have created more online programs, because of the military. Joe Reeves has been visiting many of the military facilities and communicating and partnering with many of them, and they're asking for specific kinds of programs where they can complete their entire degrees online while they're in the active military. And so we feel that we're all still reaching out to that different population of students that will help us.
One other different population of students that you were very interested in recruiting more so was international students, to get more of an international flavor at Western. Well, with the political climate that we have right now, are you finding that far more difficult? I mean, are people from other countries even interested, or are they afraid of the hassles that they may get as far as education, let alone in the Midwest, let alone in Illinois, just in America alone?
Well, it has become more of a challenge for us. However, we're still reaching out and we'll still have that goal. When I became president, I stated that an institution our size should have at least 1,000 international students, as compared to when we compared ourselves to other institutions and our peer institutions. And we were well on our way to getting that 1,000 students, international students. However, with all that has taken place politically, internationally, that has hurt us in some areas, but not all of them. So, but we're still making those efforts in doing more memorandums of understanding. We're still visiting the various countries. We're still going to the embassies and creating MOUs to try to make sure that we have those partnerships that we can bring more international students to our university.
One other thing, Dr. Reeves, regarding the makeup of Western Illinois University is that it's very close, very split 50-50 male-female. And we've seen that as a trend over the last 20, 30, 40 years of more women being educated in higher education than men. Is that something that you consciously try to attract as more women, or is that just the state of society today?
I'd say it's probably the state of society. What's really neat about the Quad Cities campus is not only have females traditionally been underrepresented, but in the STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and math. And if you look at who we're serving, it's a nice gender balance. And it speaks to the attraction of Western and the attraction of the Quad Cities.
But also I want to add that it has a lot to do with those academic programs, specific kinds of academic programs that we offer too, in certain disciplines. So that helps, and in terms of the male-female balance there.
Well, you are under a very competitive industry, as you know. I mean, Illinois, as you said, a big exodus of students going to nearby campuses out of state. you're still saying Western gives the best bargain for the dollar for students, and I'm trying to give you the best pitch for incoming freshmen.
Absolutely. We are one of the most affordable institutions as a public institution. We take pride in the fact that we provide a quality and well-rounded education, and that we provide access, and that we are affordable. We're the only institution in the state and also probably in the country that offers room, board, tuition, and fees, the cost guarantee program for our students. So that's very attractive for our students. They pay the same cost for 4 consecutive years at Western. Who wouldn't want to come to Western Illinois University? I certainly would wish I had that when I was a student coming along.
And have you seen that as a selling point, even for the Quad City campus?
Well, right now I'm thinking of giving them an application, so enrollment just went up by 1.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's absolutely a selling point for Western Illinois University, and we say it with pride. International rankings have recognized us for being the most unique and innovative in terms of affordability and cost predictability.
Our thanks to Dr. Jack Thomas, the president of Western Illinois University, Dr. Joe Reeves, the vice president for planning and the Quad Cities campus. Imagination Station is coming up. It is WQPT's biggest event of the year. We'll have a preview in just a moment. But first, what are you thinking about doing if you go out and about? Laura Adams has some great ideas for you right now.
This is Out and About for February 26th through March 4th. Hi, I'm Laura Adams. The annual Spring Antique Spectacular Vintage Market at the QCCA Expo Center is overflowing with a wonderful variety of fine antiques and vintage collectibles March 2nd through 4th. Lunch, dinner, casual, or elegant dining, the choice is up to you during the Quad Cities Convention and Visitor Bureau's 6th Annual Quad Cities Restaurant Week, February 26th through 4th. The Hawkeye Fly Fishing Association present their 44th annual show at the Isle Casino Hotel and Conference Center March 2nd and 3rd. And it's Pancake Day with the Geneseo Kiwanis at the Geneseo Moose Lodge on March 4th. Western Illinois University Quad Cities is holding a food insecurity conference on March 2nd, while the Putnam's current exhibit is Pro Football Hall of Fame Gridiron Glory with a trivia night, sports trivia, and beyond coming March 3rd. The Quad City Symphony Orchestra's Masterworks concert, Postcards from Germany and Austria, is coming to the Adler Theater March 3rd and Centennial Hall on the 4th. The Speakeasy presents Diva La Divas, featuring Miss Dina Cass, with unforgettable production numbers and all the glitz and glamour you would expect coming March 2nd. And on the main stage, catch the musical Freaky Friday based on the Disney movie. The Establishment presents It's Your Fault, an interactive improv show where you choose the games, you give the suggestions, you challenge the comedians to ridiculous rules. For more information, visit WQPT.org.
Thank you, Laura. Davenport musician Maureen Carter has been on the River Music Experience community stage a number of times. Audiences love her folk acoustic music, and we do too. Here is Mo Carter with a song, original production, called Anyway.
When I asked you to call, I don't remember asking you to stay. I don't remember asking you to wait. Anyway, yeah. When I asked you to walk a while, yeah, I asked you to talk a while. Anyway, you say, oh, it's only the wind, but the wind levels cities down to the ground. When things get heavy, I lay down on the ground, and the world, it moves on anyway. One to New Orleans, I saw a man, double wooden doors, snuffed out the flames, things he adored. Anyway, yeah. And there's nothing quite like like an empty bed to ease the heart and the tired head. Anyway, yeah. Oh, you say, oh, it's only the wind, but the wind levels cities down to the ground. When things get heavy, I lay down on the ground, and the world, it moves on anyway. Oh, in the world, oh, it moves on anyway. And the world, it moves on anyway.
That's Maureen Carter and Anyway. Early on Thursday, WQPT started offering the free tickets to its biggest event in the Quad Cities. It's called Imagination Station. We hope you got yours. They do go quickly. Why? Because it's a great activity not only for kids but the entire family. And we want to talk about that right now with one of the organizers of this year's Imagination Station, Nikki Ellis. So what's the point of Imagination Station? I mean, why you really are targeting it as a family event?
We are. Well, we brought Imagination Station back so that it's a free event that families of all income levels and all abilities can come, and they can learn about their favorite PBS characters and enhance the show that they're watching at home and actually apply it in real life.
Well, let's be honest, you've been a part of it for a number of years. You must love the look of kids' eyes. I mean, every time they see a character.
I do, yeah. It's kind of hard sometimes not to get teary-eyed because you see the big smiles, and you know, it's like their best friend is there waiting to meet them, and yeah, they're so excited, yeah.
Tell me about some of the activities that are going on too, because it's not just meeting huge characters like Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Correct, yeah, we have 20 stations, and 10 of those actually have a PBS friend there to you know, meet all the kids. But each station has concepts that the children actually learn in the shows. So there, you know, there might be a make and take craft or some math activities. New this year, we have the Popular Astronomy Club. They're a local astronomy club here in the Quad Cities, and they're actually going to be making small comets with the kids. There'll be live animals, all sorts of things to do.
Because let's be honest, it's more than just playing around. You got to learn something if you're getting involved with a PBS event.
That's right. We don't like to advertise that to the kids,
Sure.
but yes, they will be learning something while they're having fun.
It was a great idea with the Popular Astronomy Club. I mean, where do you find the groups to take part?
All different places. You know, we have an amazing committee that are young professionals who've been in the industry for a long time, both in early childhood, you know, education on the higher levels, you know, the Convention and Visitor Bureau, all different places, you know, just their interactions of everyday life. They, you know, like, hey, I love this activity, come help us, and then our new staff then come up with the ideas and the connections.
Well, tickets went on sale early Thursday, and you know, as tradition goes, they go fast because they're free tickets and you try to get them as quickly as possible. If you didn't get a ticket, I mean, are there still any chances of getting in?
There are. You can still go ahead and email our volunteer chair, which all that information's on the website, and get put on our waiting list. Otherwise, make sure next year follow our social media, and usually they go live first thing in March, about 2 weeks before the event. So yeah, follow us. Follow WQPT on social media, and we'll obviously make sure that, you know, we're advertising that.
Well, let's talk about what you do expect, because when you get here, there is a lot of children here. I mean, how many do you have? How many visitors do you have?
This year, I think we are anticipating a couple thousand, including the adults as well, each session. So we have the morning session and then the afternoon session, and yeah, so I think about 2,000 each session. Each kid will get a free book. We do, because there are so many kids, we do ask that, you know, they kind of pick their favorite 3 or 4 friends and kind of work around that, because with the lines and everyone's so excited about meeting everyone, most likely they will not be able to meet all of their friends.
Well, and you plan out the day early. I mean, because like you said, there's a morning and an afternoon session. There's a lot of people showing up. What do you suggest to those who show up? Do you come early or do you just come a little bit later? How do you avoid the long lines?
That's a good question, and each year it's a little bit different. Yes. So based off the time that you get your tickets, I would arrive a little bit early. We do have shuttles, so in case you don't find a parking spot right on campus, you can shuttle in. And you could this year, as long as the weather's nice, we're hoping that the Popular Astronomy Club will be able to have some viewing set up outside so that they don't have to just stand in line. But yeah, come a little early, definitely. Visit the website, plan who you want to visit first before you even step on campus.
Any idea on age groups? Because you don't want them way too young, but you know what? Like you said, with these characters from PBS, I mean, they can be very young and enjoy that.
Correct, yes. I mean, we've had infants come and enjoy meeting their friends, but the activities really are made for pre-K to about 2nd grade. Yeah, but all ages can enjoy our favorite PBS characters. I still enjoy it. That's why I do it every year.
Our thanks to Nikki Ellis, who was able to sit down and talk about Imagination Station. Did you get your tickets? Well, like you heard, they may be gone, but you still got a chance. Just go to WQPT.org, get some more information about the biggest event of the year. It's being held Saturday, March 17th at Western Illinois University Quad Cities. You and your children can take part in a lot of activities, meet your favorite PBS characters. But once again, double check to see if you can still get tickets. Check it all out at WQPT.org. On the air, on the radio, on the web, and on your mobile device. Thanks for taking some time as we talk about the issues on the cities.
Public Affairs programming on WQPT is brought to you by the Sing Group at Merrill Lynch, serving the wealth management needs of clients in the region for over 25 years.